To his own ruin the fool gains knowledge, for it cleaves his head and destroys his innate goodness. The fool seeks undeserved reputation, precedence among monks, authority over monasteries, and honor among householders. Let both laymen and monks think that it was done by me. In every work, great and small, let them follow me. Such is the ambition of the fool, thus his desire and pride increase. One is the quest for worldly gain, and quite another is the path to Nibbana. Clearly understanding this, let not the monk, the disciple of the Buddha, be carried away by worldly acclaim, but develop detachment instead. Should one find a man who points out faults and who reproves, let him follow such a wise and sagacious person as one would a guide to hidden treasure. It is always better, and never worse, to cultivate such an association. Let him admonish, instruct and shield one from wrong. He indeed is dear to the good and detestable to the evil. Do not associate with evil companions. Do not seek the fellowship of the vile. Associate with the good friends. Seek the fellowship of noble men. He who drinks deep, the Dhamma, lives happily with a tranquil mind. The wise man ever delights in the Dhamma made known by the noble one, the Buddha. Irrigators regulate the rivers. Fletchers straighten the arrow shaft. Carpenters shape the wood. The wise control themselves. Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, even so the wise are not affected by praise or blame. On hearing the teachings, the wise become perfectly purified, like a lake deep, clear and still. The good renounce attachment for everything. The virtuous do not prattle with a yearning for pleasures. The wise show no elation or depression when touched by happiness or sorrow. He is indeed virtuous, wise and righteous, who neither for his own sake nor for the sake of another does any wrong, who does not crave for sons, wealth or kingdom, and does not desire success by unjust means. Few among men are those who cross to the farther shore. The rest, the bulk of men, only run up and down the hither bank. But those who act according to the perfectly taught Dhamma will cross the realm of death, so difficult to cross. Abandoning the dark way, let the wise man cultivate the bright path. Having gone from home to homelessness, let him yearn for that delight in detachment, so difficult to enjoy. Giving up sensual pleasures with no attachment, let the wise man cleanse himself of defilements of the mind. Those whose minds have reached full excellence in the factors of enlightenment, who, having renounced acquisitiveness, rejoice in not clinging to things, rid of cankers, glowing with wisdom, they have attained Nibbana in this very life. This verse describes the arahat, dealt with more fully in the following chapter. The cankers, asava, are the four basic defilements of sensual desire, desire for continued existence, false views and ignorance. The fever of passion exists not for him who has completed the journey, who is sorrowless and wholly set free, and has broken all ties. The mindful ones exert themselves. They are not attached to any home. Like swans that abandon the lake, they leave home after home behind. Those who do not accumulate and are wise regarding food, whose object is the void, the unconditioned freedom. Their track cannot be traced, like that of birds in the air. He whose cankers are destroyed and who is not attached to food, whose object is the void, the unconditioned freedom. His path cannot be traced, like that of birds in the air. Even the gods hold dear the wise one, whose senses are subdued like horses well trained by a charioteer, whose pride is destroyed and who is free from the cankers. There is no more worldly existence for the wise one who, like the earth, resents nothing, who is firm as a high pillar and as pure as a deep pool free from mud. Calm is his thought, calm his speech, and calm his deed, who, truly knowing, is wholly freed, perfectly tranquil and wise. The man who is without blind faith, who knows the uncreate, who has severed all links, destroyed all causes, for karma, good and evil, and thrown out all desires, he truly is the most excellent of men. In the Pali, this verse presents a series of puns, and if the underside of each pun were to be translated, the verse would read thus. The man who is faithless, ungrateful, a burglar, who destroys opportunities and eats vomit, he truly is the most excellent of men. Better than 1,000 useless words is one useful word, hearing which one attains peace. Better than 1,000 useless verses is one useful verse, hearing which one attains peace. Better than reciting 100 meaningless verses is the reciting of one verse of Dhamma, hearing which one attains peace. Though one may conquer 1,000 times 1,000 men in battle, yet he indeed is the noblest victor who conquers himself. Self-conquest is far better than the conquest of others. Not even a god, an angel, Mara or Brahma can turn into defeat the victory of a person who is self-subdued and ever restrained in conduct. Though month after month for 100 years one should offer sacrifices by the thousands, yet if only for a moment one should worship those of perfected minds, that honor is indeed better than a century of sacrifice.